Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Starco Gaming and we are back with early access for update V580. Guys, today in this video we're gonna be talking about the new characters in uniform. We're gonna rank them all from worst to best based on the testing we actually did on this pre-update build, this early access build, definitely. But before we get into that, guys, I just want to remind you this is a pre-update build and it may differ from the actual release, so takes everything that's going to be said here with a grain of salt, and definitely, guys, wait for the actual live update to make your opinion on if what I'm saying here today is true or not, because I can say stuff and then they decide to change a leadership, a passive, or uniform bonus, or stats bonus, you know, when they actually release the live update, and it's going to be totally different. We've seen it in the past and it may happen again. But anyway, we're going to go with the information we actually received through this early access, and hopefully we're going to give proper information to guide you guys with what you're gonna get when the update goes live. So let's go in here. Let's start with the new characters, guys. Which is the worst characters? It's pretty simple. Baron Zemo. Baron Zemo is really depressing survivability wise, because he's not going to be along his fellow extreme meta. Wall Boss Ultimate is not going to be able to survive because the cooldown on his skills is very too low. Hopefully they actually fix that with the actual release, and that means pretty much he's going to be a good leader, a good support characters, because he has a good leadership, and he's going to be a Shadowland characters, which is actually kind of stuck for paywall characters, but it's been the direction that Netmobile has been heading towards with paywall characters lately. As if you look at the last few updates, Sunbird, Kitty Pryde, all those characters, they're being pretty much just either a leadership characters or a good Shadowland characters, and that's pretty much it. So it's a little bit depressing in that direction, but that's what they're doing. It's they're the one earning themselves by selling a lost BO sub, to be honest. But anyway, why his leadership is so important is because that's you get applied to villain allies, 50% increase all attack, which is actually pretty strong. But this is not going to be the best leadership for speed villain, by the way, guys. Speed villain best leadership, unless you're still running Electro, but speed villain best leadership is actually going to be goes for Dr. Octopus, because Dr. Octopus is becoming a new speed villain meta, which we're gonna cover in a minute, guys. But I just wanted to throw that information out. So this is the worst character of the update so far, and it's a good news for free-to-play players or people who don't want to spend the BO sub, to be honest, because you don't actually need him. You don't need his lead for anything. He's not meta for anything, and you don't need him as a character, so you can just skip it and you know, miss one character on your roster if you have everything else, pretty much. Now the second characters is going to be Viper. Viper is the second best, second worst characters at the same time. The character is in the middle. She's actually very interesting characters, but the fact that, again, similar to Dr. Voodoo, the poison damage over time does not apply. It screw up her tier 2 passive, and it screw up most of her damage. She's gonna be decent against Proxima. By decent I mean like stage 50-60, but similar to Baron Zemo, she is lacking a lot of survivability, which kind of suck. It kind of suck, guys. The survivability is a very important thing, and she is definitely lacking the survivability, which totally sucks. But she does bring a good leadership, the first real poison leadership to the game. As you can see here, Toxic Queen, all allies increase poison damage by 40%, and she is free to play, so it is nice to finally have a poison leadership character in the game. So she's definitely in the middle between Baron Zemo and obviously Taskmaster as the best character. Taskmaster is good characters by himself, but also bring a very strong support skill for weapon master, for characters with a weapon master special ability. As you can see with the tier 2 passive here, applied to weapon master allies, increase guaranteed critical rate by 20%, increase target dodge rate by 20%, increase kill damage by 25%, increase bonus damage by 20%. So any characters that has the special ability weapon master is going to get that buff. That's going to be a very solid support buff, definitely. But also this character is the characters that's been doing the most damage in the new characters under early access. Again, he lack the survivability. You get it one time and you're pretty much a goner. So it's really not an optimal characters for World Boss Ultimate again. But you have to remember that this character is actually going to get a uniform and a couple updates with the Black Widow movie. So I'll take everything I get here with a very, very big grain of salt, because he's definitely going to get upgraded a lot when the Black Widow movie comes out. So that's going to be awesome. His leadership is similar to Deadpool, good leadership for himself, so he doesn't need leadership when he actually play, which is a pretty great. But for now, this character is going to be set to be a Shadowland characters. Might be able to do some decent work in World Boss Ultimate, you know, stage 60 plus, for example, Proxima. But that's going to stop there. That's not going to be meta characters you play every day in World Boss Ultimate. Definitely not. That's going to be a character you set to play in Shadowland and help you. And he's a free-to-play character, so it's always nice. I think the key point of this character is that when we actually get the Black Widow movie, he's going to get a solid buff, and he's going to be a lot more viable for World Boss Ultimate and that kind of game mode. There may be combat supervillain maybe one day. That could actually be a possibility for free-to-play players, but that we're not gonna talk too much about that one. We're gonna wait till he gets his uniform and probably become a she with the Black Widow movie. So that covers the new characters. Now if we talk about the uniform, who is the best uniform, who is the worst uniform? But before, just wanted to give a quick mention to Winter Soldier, because somebody's probably going to say, hey, you did not cover Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier is not a new character. Winter Soldier is not a uniform. Now, how is Winter Soldier going to do with his tier 3 skills? Tier 3 skills look solid, but with the stats they actually give us on the early access, sorry, it's very difficult to judge what he can actually do. When we get to test him on the live update, which we're going to do as soon as we can, we're going to be able to give a better opinion on this guy. I do think he's going to be pretty solid for World Boss Ultimate, but is he going to be a meta? Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he's going to be standing in pretty much the same area as Crescent is standing right now, in my opinion. You know, top players in the game are going to be able to clear a max level World Boss Ultimate with him, but most people are going to be stuck around between stage 80 and 90 with that character, in my opinion. Now let's talk uniform. Who is the worst uniform? In my opinion, this is the worst uniform that we got in this update. It's not a bad uniform. It's going to be a very solid Shadowland uniform, definitely. But I think that the thing we're going to be lacking with this characters, again, is survivability. I did some testing in the World Boss Ultimate, and survivability was a massive issue. The healing he gets was not enough to keep him alive from himself, with having long cooldown and lack of survivability skills on his set. So he's going to be a Shadowland characters, which is totally fine with the, you know, characters like that gets uniform. The thing that sucks is that his uniform is 1,050 crystal in sale, 1,750 crystal as normal cost. So that part kind of sucked. That I think that this character should more be like a 750 crystal uniform, in my opinion, but that's just my personal opinion. But still, this is still a good uniform to get if you like the characters, if you want to be able to play the characters in mid-level World Boss Ultimate or in Shadowland, which I will definitely do. I always love to get all those new characters in Shadowland gameplay. That's one of my favorite game mode in the game. So that covers this guy. There's not much that changed. His skills changed, but leadership, passive, they stay pretty much the same. But he does get a 50% increase of max HP from his uniform bonus, which does not really increase his survivability in World Boss Ultimate, to be honest, guys. That was a little bit disappointing. Next we have Red Skull. Red Skull is the second worst uniform. At least he's not the worst. Uh, I was hoping he was going to be a little bit better than that, but sadly, he is not. Still, he is pretty strong. He's going to be a meta for the X-Men, the mutant section of World Boss Ultimate, definitely, since he gets 120% with his uniform. That's the one. He got 120% increased damage done to superhero type characters. That is going to give him a huge advantage in the right side. If they're considered a superhero on that side, I'm not sure about that. I'm totally not sure. Still need to be testing. But if there is the case, he's gonna be pretty damn solid against that. He's a very fun to play character. It's very interesting because when you use his fifth skill, which triggered that, it actually changed the ability. It's like cosmic skill, a little bit like Captain Marvel fifth skill. It actually changed the outcome of each ability. There's something extra that get added to each of those ability. Skill number 1 to skill number 4, which is a huge upgrade. If you look at this tier 2 passive, that's what I was talking about. See, apply to self, 30% increase of all attack, increased damage dealt to superhero type characters by 120%. So he's gonna be amazing against superhero type characters, which is going to be pretty awesome. I'm actually be very crazy for Shadowland too. So this guy is definitely a huge improvement. He's going to be playable. He's going to be playable in some of the World Boss Ultimate. And why he's not going to be that good in the left side, the Black Order World Boss Ultimate, is pretty simple. Its strongest skills will count even if it says physical attack, but it still count as energy attack and will do literally no damage against Proxima, while the other 4 skill actually count as physical attack and pretty much do no damage against Cool and the body mass. So that leaves him with about 50% of his damage not working against those World Boss Ultimate. Might be viable against Corvus, might be viable against Thanos, but those are the only 2 World Boss Ultimate on that side that might be viable, which kind of sucks. I think that I hate when they do that, when they split the skills like that, because that really hurt his viability against some World Boss Ultimate. So this is the only reason he's ranked in the 3rd position here in the uniform, is just because of that. If all his skills were working against those World Boss Ultimate, it will definitely be a very strong World Boss Ultimate characters, because its 4th skill with the 5th skill enabled before it does so much damage with the damage proc. Is pretty ridiculous, and that really sucks they made him like that. A split physical attack and energy attack. As 2nd position, we have the Dr. Octopus uniform. Dr. Octopus uniform is a huge upgrade. It's actually make him a meta for Speed Villain and Lance Ball Extreme, which is pretty awesome. He also get a 200 damage proc from his uniform bonus every 10 seconds when you use the 3rd skill. You actually trigger that effect from the uniform, giving you a 200% damage proc, which apparently I cannot confirm either deny that, but I do think it works. It actually stack up with the normal damage proc, and if you have a CTP of Rage on him, imagine CTP of Rage buff plus 200% damage proc. This is a lot of damage increase. Sadly, from my testing in the World Boss Ultimate, I was not impressed with him. But in Alliance Battle Extreme is definitely becoming the number 1 characters for Alliance Battle Extreme, with Ghost leadership, which is the best leadership for him, not Zemo, not Electro, like other Star Agents are actually trying to tell you on their video. They are not paying attention to Ghost skills. I keep telling them, but telling people on the Facebook groups and on some video, but they're not paying attention to it. But Ghost is actually the best leadership for Dr. Octopus, and I check it out, and it was really the case, guys. When I check it out, that's where it was getting the biggest damage boost, the biggest stat boost on this detail page. So definitely this guy is a new free-to-play Speed Villain meta. Yes, you will need to get his Awakening skill up. Now, do we know the requirement to actually unlock that Awakening skill? No, because when you already have all the characters you need to unlock an Awakening skill, they don't show you the page that you need those specific characters to unlock the skills. So we're gonna have to wait for the live update. The patch note for that, they were gonna tell us if there's actually a requirement, if you do need Electro 6 stars to actually unlock that skills marbles or not. So we have to wait for that. I do think we're gonna need them, but we're gonna wait for that and see what Netmarble is gonna drop in the patch note about that. So second best uniform here, and the best uniform is Captain America. Captain America, lots of uniform, I know, but this is literally my favorite uniform. The gameplay from this characters is awesome. More crowd control, more survivability, more damage output. It's like you cannot ask for more than that. This is literally the best uniform for Captain America. Obviously, if you're still playing in Combat Hero, you're gonna wear the in-game uniform when you play that, but it's a new meta for Blast Villain Alliance Battle Extreme, and a lot stronger than Cyclops, like by a freaking lot stronger than Cyclops, and it is very fun to play. I'm playing him in the World Boss Ultimate a little bit. I was really impressed with his capability. I play him in Alliance Battle Extreme. I made a video about that. It was really fun to play. So definitely this is the best uniform of this update. This uniform is awesome. Pretty much, if you don't care about Alliance Battle Extreme, you can actually skip this uniform. Same thing with Dr. Octopus. But if you care about Alliance Battle Extreme, both of those uniform, Captain Hydra or Hydra Supreme and the Dr. Octopus uniform are the must-get uniform of this update pretty much. And guys, we are actually I'm actually working on preparing a video on how to make Alliance Battle Extreme better, so I can actually send it by mail, the link by email to Netmarble to try to do something. So if you have any idea how to make Alliance Battle Extreme better, in any videos you can comment, give me your ideas. I'm going to be gathering information from forums and in the line group chat and Discord chat, so I can actually make the best video that should come out in about 2 weeks about how we could actually improve Alliance Battle Extreme, make this game mode a lot more appealing for people who cannot actually be competitive in the top 16 Alliance. That's one thing I want to do, guys, pretty soon. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully all the explanation here really help you in preparation of update V580. Again, guys, you enjoy Marvel Future Fight. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to drop a like on this video to show your support to the channel, and we'll have more content before the update drop. Don't worry about that, but that's coming tomorrow, guys. So on that, guys, you all have a good day, and I will see you next time.